You launch a true crime channel. You read the case files, pull the facts on a local burglary, and hit record. Within 30 seconds, the audience leaves. The analytics show a near vertical cliff right after the introduction. A simple recitation of facts fails to hold attention. The pressure to fix that graph pushes creators toward dangerous territory. The urge creeps in to punch up the dialogue, exaggerate the brutality of a crime scene, or frame a routine break-in as an unsolved conspiracy. Surviving in this space requires a different approach. A channel must merge strict, verifiable journalism with a precise mechanical structure that keeps viewers watching without relying on fabrication. Elite documentary channels solve this using a specialized framework. They rely on a structural blueprint, a master set of instructions that governs how a script is built before a single word is written. This system establishes hard boundaries. Only verified, publicly documented facts are allowed. If a piece of evidence or a timeline is uncertain, the script must explicitly state that it has not been confirmed. The framework also controls the tone. The delivery remains serious, measured, and highly respectful to the victims, treating a residential burglary with the gravity of a major streaming documentary. By locking these constraints in place immediately, a dry police report is carefully translated into a premium narrative, guided entirely by architectural rules. The blueprint divides the script into 8 distinct phases, and the success of the video hinges almost entirely on the first, the cold open. You have 0 to 20 seconds. The script must deploy a mysterious, unanswered question or a jarring piece of evidence from the crime scene, all while carefully withholding the final resolution. From there, the narrative moves into the introduction and the timeline. The writer establishes the physical location, introduces the property owners, and isolates the specific day the break-in occurred. These events are laid out in strict chronological order. The audience tracks what happened in the hours before the burglary, the moment of discovery, and the initial police dispatch. These opening sequences serve one mechanical purpose. They manufacture intense curiosity and anchor the viewer in the timeline before any dense forensic data enters the picture. Once the timeline is set, the script transitions into the police investigation. This acts as the backbone and the longest segment of the video. Here, the writer is tasked with taking complex methodologies, like cellular triangulation, latent fingerprint retrieval, or DNA analysis, and translating them into clear, accessible concepts. As the investigation yields suspects, the narrative enters the trial and sentencing phases. The rules here are rigid. The script details the specific charges and the key courtroom evidence, but prohibits any speculation beyond the confirmed legal verdict. If the burglary remains unsolved, the writer must state that the investigation is ongoing. There is no bending the truth to give the audience a clean, satisfying ending. By carefully managing the order and clarity of these facts, court transcripts and search warrants naturally evolve into a highly compelling story. Beneath this 8-part structure runs a hidden pacing mechanism designed to keep the audience engaged through the dense middle sections of the video. This diagram shows the required cadence. Every 20 to 30 seconds, the narration must pivot to new evidence or introduce a complication. These pivots are often open questions, like an unrecognizable footprint, that remain unanswered until a later phase. This verbal rhythm dictates the visual edit. Every time the script pivots, it signals the editor to cut to new B-roll footage, a surveillance angle, or an evidence close-up. A high-retention video does not rely on non-stop action. It relies on a mathematically precise cycle of building tension, raising a question, and eventually delivering the answer. Writing the script is only a portion of the process. The blueprint ultimately forces the writer to address the algorithmic packaging. The prompt requires the generation of 5 distinct search-optimized titles, alongside heavily condensed 2 to 5 word text options designed strictly for the thumbnail. This is followed by a targeted list of up to 20 hashtags and a large batch of search tags calibrated specifically for the American true crime audience. A meticulously researched, ethically sound script has no value if the metadata fails to capture impressions and drive viewers to click in the first place. Armed with this framework, our beginner creator no longer stares at a blank page. They apply the 8-part structure, turning a chaotic pile of case notes into a fully packaged production. They stop summarizing Wikipedia articles and start constructing premium narratives that hold audience attention from the first frame. At the end of the timeline, the script summarizes the investigation respectfully, reflecting on the community impact before transitioning smoothly into a call to action for likes and subscriptions. Building an audience in the true crime space does not require ethical compromises or sensationalism. It demands a deep commitment to the facts, delivered through precise, deliberate structural engineering.